What you're looking at is the brand new Anycubic Kobra 4. This is the newest budget-friendly 3D printer from Anycubic that not only prints amazing, but if you decide to pair it with the Ace 2 Pro, it will allow you to print with up to 4 different colors. However, don't get this confused with Anycubic's other budget-friendly multicolor 3D printer, the Kobra X. In this video, I'll be giving you a deep dive look into the Kobra 4, as well as giving you some insight in the differences between these two 3D printers and helping you decide which one might be the appropriate one for you to pick up. Now, right off the bat, I did want to mention that I have already previously done a video here on the Kobra X. I absolutely love this 3D printer. I'll have it linked up here as well as down below. So if you haven't already seen that, you can check that out. Also, right off the bat, I wanted to mention that this video is being sponsored by Anycubic. So please don't consider this a review, but I will be going through and showing you everything that I've printed with the Kobra 4 so far, as well as discussing any issues that I've run into, which are like next to none at this point. But I will also be giving you some of the feedback or sharing some of the feedback that I have for the Anycubic team. Now, the Kobra 4 unit that I'll be showing you here today is the combo unit that includes the Ace 2 Pro. This is the first time that I've gotten hands-on with the new Ace 2 Pro, which I'm also excited about, and it works extremely well paired with this 3D printer that I'll be talking about. But as you can see, this is Anycubic's bed slinger that is very much similar to the Kobra X. It basically has the same build volume and a lot of the print reliability. The interface is very much the same. You're going to be using the exact same slicer. The big difference is this is going to be using the Ace 2 Pro to manage all of the filament, as well as allowing you to dry your filament while printing. Thank you. And then the tool head system is vastly different than the Kobra X. And taking a quick step back, the installation and setup for the Kobra 4 was fairly straightforward. I just followed the guides provided by Anycubic. One call out that I do want to have is the 2 metal shipping brackets that you're going to have to remove that are going to help secure everything in place while it's shipping. The one in the back of the bed is the one that's a little bit more difficult to remove, but it's not all that hard once you get in there and get that unbolted. But this entire process, I think, took about 20 to 30 minutes at most to get this fully set up and calibrating. Speaking of, the Kobra 4, just like the Kobra X, has awesome auto bed leveling when it comes to your prints. I don't think I had any print failures whatsoever, or have had any issues with my prints adhering to this magnetic PEI textured surface that comes with the printer. It also has dynamic flow calibration as well as vibration compensation that you can run during the setup of the printer. And then one of my favorite aspects of Anycubic and their 3D printers are the touchscreen interface, specifically when it comes to color management. This is by far one of the best functions when it comes to managing colors across any 3D printer brand. You have so many different color options, and the best part about it is that you can set your own colors, which is just so fantastic to have, that I wish literally every other 3D printer had, but it's currently only on these Anycubic 3D printers. The printer also has built-in Wi-Fi as well as a camera along with a little light on it, so that you can actively monitor your prints as well as record time lapses, as well as what will detect any kind of spaghetti detection when you're printing if it runs into any issues. The 2 extruder systems are, very different at this point. On the Kobra 4, if you're printing with multiple colors, you're going to be managing those all from the Ace 2 Pro. So it's going to be feeding all of the filaments from the Ace 2 Pro directly into the print head, and it is going to end up producing more purge waste on the Kobra 4 than what we're seeing on the Kobra X because of how the 2 hot ends are designed. On the Kobra X, everything is happening directly in the tool head itself. So because of that, it's reducing a lot of the purge time and wait time when it comes from retracting and inserting the filaments into the hot end. So that does mean on the Kobra 4, the color swap times are going to be slightly longer than what you're seeing on the Kobra X. And I'll show you some print time comparisons in just a few minutes. Now, another awesome aspect of the Kobra 4 is that it has a fairly large build volume for a bed slinger, coming in at 260 by 260 by 260, meaning you can print some fairly large objects in one go with this 3D printer. And it is going to match the same build volume as the Kobra X. It also means that the build plates are interchangeable between the Kobra 4, the Kobra X, as well as I have the Anycubic S1, and all these build plates are interchangeable. And speaking of that build volume, let's take a look at some of the things that I printed. One of the things that I love that Anycubic does that pretty much none of the other brands are doing is including a purge bucket file as part of the pre-configured files that are on the printer. So as soon as it arrives, you can get this sliced and printing so that you have a way to capture any of the purge waste while you're printing. And it perfectly aligns and fits directly with the printer. And for the very first print, I wanted to throw down something really crazy to test out that build plate adhesion as well as the build plate leveling system. So I laid down 30 of these articulating miniature shrimp from Zao 3D. This was just an awesome print project that took 8 hours to print. I had no issues with any of the 30 shrimp sticking or coming loose from the build plate surface. All of them printed just great, all using the Ace 2 Pro. And one of the best parts is I used a gradient filament, so it technically only used 2 different filaments to swap in between. So it only purged a little bit of the filament compared to all of the shrimp that I'm printing. That's, again, another big factor when it comes to multicolor 3D printing. It's gonna purge the same amount of waste regardless if you're printing one object or 30 of these mini shrimp. Just something for you to keep in mind. Also, a random side note, if you print and sell any kind of 3D prints, I always love including something really small that's easy to print, like these little miniature shrimp in each of my orders. It's just something fun to include with other things that people are buying from you. Another way to take advantage of your multicolor 3D printer and not produce a whole lot of wasted purge material is by using the function in your slicer to print by object instead of printing by layer. So I found a goofy duck thing eye model here. So printed each of those individual parts in 4 different colors, and then they all snap together. And as expected, printed beautifully here on the Kobra 4. And with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out in theaters, there was no way that I wasn't going to print DadCrafted's Grogu head file here on the Kobra 4. These are a really quick test print that you can run on any of your multicolor 3D printers. Highly recommend them because they are relatively flat and easy to print and only require a few colors. Then I wanted to try and test out one of my other favorite features that's available in the Ace 2 Pro, which is the continuous feeding of filament function. So I had 2 spools of black filament that I thought were the same, but were clearly not. And I used that for this Goku skull here and for its hair. And there's a slight deviation in the colors of blacks that you can see on this print. But in general, the print quality off of this is looking incredible. I think I did everything at a 0.2 layer height for all of these prints. I then had a bunch of random filaments laying around that I loaded into the Ace 2 Pro and then found this bookmark file online that I went and got sliced. This is basically a HueForge version of a bookmark of these skulls, and the color combinations that I randomly used, this was not planned by any means, turned out so good off of this print, or you can see the deviations in the color changing where it's building up those layer by layer. And again, it printed awesome. This took just over 3 hours to print and produced a very small amount of purge material. Now, I also wanted to try printing with PETG using the Kobra 4. So this was actually a combination of PETG and PLA. So the red and yellow prints are in PLA, and then the black is in PETG. There was probably just a little bit of stringing that I was having with that. It's probably because I should have been drying while actively printing or drying before printing to reduce some of the stringing that I was seeing there. But in general, looking really good, and everything articulates and works really well with this little grabber claw fidget toy. I'm also a big Darth Maul Star Wars fan, and I found this Voronoi, I don't know how to pronounce that, mask online and printed this all in one go utilizing the large build volume of 260 by 260 by 260 here on the Kobra 4. And again, this was using the continuous loading of filament function using the Ace 2 Pro, so I was able to use up some of the leftover filament that I had. Then it kicked over to a brand new spool, and the end results look so good. This took just over 1 day to print, and I'm just thoroughly impressed with how there was next to no stringing whatsoever on this, and it is so clean with how little supports it was required to print with this object. This is such a wild design. Check this out. This is a wildly snug fit. It perfectly hugs my face, and it's just it's so wild. This is awesome. I'll have this file linked down below. It's a free file that you can download and print. Highly recommend this one. It is really awesome. Finally, I wanted to test out the Kobra 4 utilizing my core multicolor test print, which is this compact Mickey file from SuperPrints. Now, I ended up printing this 2 times because the first time that you'll see here it ended up having a lot of stringing with this. And I figured, you know what, let's throw this back again a second time, but this time using the dryer function while we're printing, utilizing the Ace 2 Pro. And that second time around, utilizing the drying function worked so much better. Now, the print times and the purge material were the exact same between both of these prints, but the actual end results look so much better thanks to the built-in drying capabilities in the Ace 2 Pro that I can utilize not only just in general, but also while the printer is actively printing. And just to give you a comparison of the two prints between the Kobra 4 and the Kobra X, they're fairly identical. However, on the Kobra X, I was getting a little bit more color bleeding on the foot area compared to what we're seeing on the Kobra 4. However, the actual purge wasted material is going to be drastically less coming from the Kobra X, thanks to its tool head design and how it's actually feeding and unloading and cutting filament right at the tool head versus on the Kobra 4 where it has to fully retract and then load in the next roll. That also obviously impacts things like your print time as well, so definitely something to consider. Now, the big one that we haven't talked about yet is the price point for the Kobra 4. There are a few different price variation options when it comes to this 3D printer. If you're just looking at the standalone printer itself, you can get that directly from Anycubic for $279. If you're looking at the combo unit that includes the Ace 2 Pro with the Kobra 4, that's $379. However, Anycubic let me know that they have partnered up with AliExpress and they have a special going on with this 3D printer where you can get the standalone printer for just under $200, which is just absolutely wild if you're looking for just a standalone bed slinger, not interested in doing the multicolor stuff. But if you are interested in the combo of the Ace 2 Pro plus the Kobra 4, you can pick that up for $299. Now, I honestly think you're gonna get pretty much the same kind of print quality between the Kobra X and the Kobra 4. Both of these printers are very much the same. The Kobra 4 is obviously gonna produce a good bit more purge waste compared to the Kobra X. However, you can take advantage of the drying capabilities if you're using the Ace 2 Pro, or you can utilize the Ace 2 Pro on other 3D printers like the Kobra X if you have both of the machines. But two big things to consider with the Kobra X versus the Kobra 4 is that the Kobra X is going to be able to print with TPU, whereas the Kobra 4, you are not going to be able to run TPU through the Ace 2 Pro as far as I'm aware. And with the Kobra X, you're not going to be able to dry your filaments. So that's one big advantage that the Kobra 4 has over the Kobra X. And again, I don't think you're gonna go wrong with either of these machines. Both of them can produce some amazing looking 3D prints. However, if I had to choose one over the other, I'm absolutely in love with the Kobra X. The Kobra 4 is a fantastic machine, especially if you're just looking for a standalone, non-multicolor 3D printer. This might be the best value option currently on the market for a 260 by 260 by 260 build volume 3D printer. However, when you pair this with the Ace 2 Pro, it really is going to unlock some extra features, plus the added fact that you are going to be able to utilize that Ace 2 Pro on some of your other Anycubic 3D printers if you wanted to max out some of the other multicolor capabilities. But let me know in the comments what you think of the Kobra 4 compared to the Kobra X. I would very much be interested in hearing your thoughts on this whole setup between these two different bed slingers from Anycubic. I also want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters for your continued support and me making videos just like this one here. If you're interested in more information about any of these 3D printers, you'll obviously find links to those down below. But I just want to say thanks so much for watching you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye now. And I almost forgot to include my feedback that I had for Anycubic, which isn't anything new compared to what I had already said in the Anycubic Kobra X videos. Because these are so similar, I would still like to see a much larger version of the Anycubic Kobra X, or even better yet, a larger tool changer 3D printer. Also, 1000% recommend printing this mask. It is so much fun to slide on